Fallout 3 and New Vegas had some very interesting maps to play around in. What about Fallout 4? Let's find out together, shall we? My name is Stalli and welcome back to Fallout 4 Game Talk. Today, I think I might have figured out the true map within Fallout 4. So, to start with, here is the Boston area. We already know that we shall be playing within Boston throughout the game, due to numerous landmarks shown in the trailer. But where do I believe the Fallout 4 map's limits begin? Well, this right here is my educated guess of the Fallout 4's playable area. So, why am I sure of its size? Well, I'm not, to be totally honest. It could be half the size, it could be double. However, I have pinpointed a few areas which have been shown in the trailer. To do so, I would need to find a landmark to go by. Maybe not one that's as famous as Bunker Hill, but we don't need it to have any fame to complete this task. We often see this communications tower throughout the trailer, so we will take this as a center point for this investigation. In this screenshot, we see the communication tower at the top left hand corner, just behind the motorway. We know this shot is an establishing shot for Boston, due to the Bunker Hill monument, so let's have a little look at the monument's location to a nearby motorway. Looking at a present day map, we can clearly see one plausible location for the tower to be. Southwest of the monument. This does narrow down our search a little. From this image, the tower doesn't look too far away from the monument, so I'm guessing it would be a few blocks beyond the motorway. From this, I think we'll be travelling to around the end of 1st or 2nd Street. Back to the big map. This little red dot resembles where I think the communication tower should be. So if we are correct with this location, or even close, we should also be able to see a very important building fairly near the comms tower. What is that? The Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Yeah, the place that's famously known for producing human-like androids within the Fallout universe. This comms tower could be a later built building for the Institute, as it does look like it contains some sort of technology within it. With this in mind, we can use it as a reference point for locating other screenshots that the tower appears in. So let's figure out where the garage is located. In this screenshot, the main character and his dog have recently passed what is rumoured to be a possible hub point for the player. The garage screenshot yet again shows the tower in the distance. So looking at the end of the trailer, we can see that the garage is not located near any large buildings and is most likely on the outskirts in some suburban area, or just an area containing buildings that are weak enough to be completely obliterated from the nuclear blast. I guess that the garage was actually an out-of-town garage, so it's not quite directly connected to the city. Let's zoom in here. This red dot indicates where I believe the garage is located. Why? It's right beside a road entering the city of Boston, the one where the main character is walking on. The road is on the outskirts of the city, hence why the buildings are close to non-existent there. It's also not too far away from the Route 90 motorway, which we can see the ruins of on the right hand side of the screenshot. There is also a plane crashed on this image. It is most likely coming into land at the Boston Logan International when the bombs dropped, as the front of the plane when crashed is aiming towards the southeast, which when looking at a map is a close direction to be going from this location towards the airport. The comms tower is also to the left of this screenshot, which makes some sort of sense considering the road is heading slightly southeast as to east, which is where we've established the tower to be located. The main feature of the trailer was the new vault being introduced, Vault 111. So whereabout could this vault be? We see 3 shots within the trailer that contain a bridge within it, linking together all 3's location. This one has the main character exiting the vault, showing us more of the Boston landscape, including that tedious communications tower beside MIT. This confirms to us that Vault 111 is in fact east or slightly northeast from the tower, assuming our previous claims to be true. So with these factors, we can make a rough guess around this area. My actual guess position is the red dot. It is located in Watertown, a small town on the outskirts of Boston. There is a woodland park atop a hill known as Whitney Hill Park. Obviously, you are smart enough to realise that the world of Fallout 4 is not to scale to real life. As from this image, we can see the river's bridge being a mere 3 or 4 rows of houses away from the hill, and in reality it's certainly into the double digits. I would say about 16 or 17 rows of houses. It could be further along in another stretch of greenery, but none of them have the same angled view of the river when looking at the bridging point nearby. Even looking at these images of the surrounding streets of Whitney Hill Park, they have some sort of resemblance to that shown in the trailer. If my guesses are right with not only the locations of the screenshot, but that you actually start the game in the vault numbered 111, I think my map location has a good chance of being close. You start fairly close to the centre of the map, with still a wide spread of north, east, south and west exploration, allowing you, the player, to truly decide the character's path. So, I had a good look at this screenshot, under the motorway, and then, back at the ending screenshot, looking away from the garage. I put the two together, and I'm guessing that this motorway on the right hand side is the same as in the shot here. The sign looks exactly the same from this sort of distance, and the destruction of the roads looks fairly similar if you have a closer look at it. Then again, I may be wrong, but it is a strong estimate. So this is the mapped out location of a few places shown in the Fallout 4 trailer. The map will certainly not be to scale, so if the game's map doesn't quite look like this, don't blame me. They've never been 100% accurate and to scale of the real world. And before you ask for any proof, we'll look at this screenshot here. Look at the distance between the Massachusetts State House, which is the dome building on the left, and the skyscraper in the middle, which is the Skywalk Observatory. In real life, they are around 1.5 miles apart, but in this screenshot they hardly look half a mile away from each other. This would be just larger than a 3:1 ratio scale to the real world. My map scaled down is about 37 squared miles, nearly 3 times the size of Skyrim's map, which was estimated around 14 squared miles. If this is accurate, I think we'd all be happy, as Fallout 4 has a lot of expectations to cater to, along with topping New Vegas' step up from Fallout 3. Bethesda Game Studios, it's in your hands. Make it a good map for us to play within. Once more screenshots, gameplay or whatever is released by Bethesda, I will try and develop this map further, but this is all I've got so far from the images shown. If you guys see anything that I've missed, do tell me so I can keep a note of when I continue the map's development. Hopefully, as a community, we can all work together, and maybe even build up the mapped area before Bethesda reveal it to us. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this video. My name is Stalli111. Make sure to drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe if you've not done so already. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace off.